Hi guys, I'm just jumping on post edit to refilm the intro for my little vlog because it didn't really make any sense at all. I filmed this video back in October time, so it might seem like a bit seasonally incorrect. That's because it is. But I was too scared to post it, and if you want to know the reasons why, go and have a look at my intro video because the reasons why are in there. In this video, as the title suggests, it's a potential day in the life of a recipe blogger. There's so many things involved that you might not know about. There's so much work that goes into a job like this, and I think a lot of people think we just kind of sit around, you know, testing recipes all day, and that's not the case at all. If you like the video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel to see what comes next. It will really, really help my channel grow over the years. So thank you for watching, and let's get on to the video. So I ended up starting my day really early this morning. I suffer quite badly from insomnia, so I actually woke up at 2 o'clock this morning, and that was me starting my day. Although I try not to get up at that time. If I wake up, you know, at stupid times, I try and go back to sleep. You know, I try and do all the things that you're supposed to do. So I ended up getting up about 5 in the end. It was absolutely pitch black when I woke up, so I wasn't going to go for my normal, you know, routine of going for a walk as soon as I get up in the dark, because I walk in a forest and, you know, I don't want to break my neck. So I'm just waiting for it to get a little bit lighter whilst I finish my cup of tea, and then to start my day off like I usually do, we're going to go for a nice long walk. At this point, if you have not invested in a good pair of hiking boots yet, you are seriously missing out. Okay, so I'm out on my walk, and I thought if I came out really, really early, bearing in mind it's like 7, it's literally just got like maybe like 7:30 now, but there was already 3 cars here when I got here. So there I'm thinking, oh no, I'm going to pass loads of people and I'm not going to be able to film anything. And literally so far, every single time I've picked the camera up, someone's turned up. Every time. I absolutely love this little tree that we're coming up to. It's like it's on the wrong side of the fence, and I absolutely love it. I keep feeling like I'm going to go around the corner and run into someone. I really love this tree as well. It's just so kind of like ominous. And people say that's weird, like when I say to friends, I say, look at that tree, it's so pretty. And they're like, it's a tree, what are you on about? And I'm like, but it's a really good tree. Can't see it. Oh, it's up there. Hey, little guy. Bye-bye. So I just got home from my walk. I don't actually know how long I've been gone. What time is it? It's, wow. It's nearly 10. Where did I get lost on for all that time? So yeah, next on the list is going to be breakfast. I was going to make like a poached egg sort of situation, but I don't think I can be bothered. So I'm just going to make like a smoothie or something. So I'm going to go in the freezer and get anything I need for that. Okay, so I'm just setting up the blender. I'm not going to go through how to make a smoothie because I'm pretty sure you know how to make a smoothie. But I didn't realise that I've run out of bananas, which to me is really, really, really important in a smoothie, whether you've got them frozen or just like fresh. So that's kind of going to suck, but we'll have to do the best with what we've got. So I've got this Totally Tropical Smooth Mix and just some frozen summer fruits, but there's no strawberries left in there as far as I'm aware. So I'm just trying to use up loads of stuff from my freezer because it really, really needs defrosting. It's needed defrosting for ages and ages and ages, and I've just not got around to it because I get really close to getting everything out of the freezer and I'll have like a handful of things left, and then I have to go and do shopping, and either my son will want or need something that goes in the freezer, or I'll want or need something that goes in the freezer, and then before I know it the freezer's full again. But I'm getting really close now. Alright, I don't want to make a massive smoothie either because it's kind of late for breakfast. I want to fish some blackberries out of here. And a raspberry maybe. And I'm going to put a bit of this one in. Let me just take this chunk out. I don't want that in there. I'm really bad at figuring out how much I need to put in the blender for a smoothie. I always end up making enough for like 10 people. So hopefully that's about right. And I also don't have any yogurt. Traditionally a smoothie would be made with yogurt. I personally would rather have it with milk, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So there's my very thick smoothie. I think I might have to let it melt a little bit or eat it with a spoon. It's more of a smoothie bowl, I think. So I'm just making my second cup of tea for the day, which is probably not very wise given that I'm also going to be making a smoothie for my breakfast. Didn't really think that through, but there we go. So now that I have made my smoothie for my breakfast and I've got my cup of tea as well here, I've just got my, you know, like my diaries, you can't even see it, my diaries, and I'm just going to plan out, you know, everything I've got to do next week, and I've also got my like mood diary type thing here as well, so I'm going to fill that in at the same time, whilst I eat my smoothie. I guess given how thick it is, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm eating that and drinking my tea. So yeah, I'll just speed you up for that. Hey, body wigs. Please do not knock the camera over. You can't fit through there. Please do not knock the camera over. Please don't knock the camera over. You're not meant to be in this video. You're not meant to be in this video, huh? No, you're gonna knock it over. Okay, come on, get down now. Come on. You're doing a great impression of I've not been fed this morning, but you have. They all know you're lying. No! Go on. As part of my daily, like, wellness mood diary type thing, I have a section in there every day that is either a positive quote or an affirmation. And I try and make sure I do affirmations every now and again because I understand the importance of it to your mental health. But I also think that the quotes give me so much inspiration. And instead of it being like, this is what's good today, it's almost like, this is what's going to be good tomorrow. So, if you have a favourite quote that you know, that just really, really speaks to you, then let me know what it is in the comments. So, next on my list of things to do today is, I've got to finish off filming a chia pudding recipe for TikTok and for YouTube Shorts. YouTube. So yeah, I started making that yesterday because I think it always works better when you leave it overnight to set. So I started filming that yesterday and I've got to finish it off today, and then after I've done that I will be making a tuna pasta salad for my lunch, which is going to be, what time are we on now? I'll just check, actually. It's only, I can't even read the clock this angle. 11:15, I think that says, so, you know, lunch is still a way off. But we'll make it, we'll stick it in the fridge, and then I'll probably just, you know, get on with some tidying up and things like that for a couple of hours until lunchtime. So let's get on with that. Okay, so I just wanted to show you quickly my TikTok short video studio type setup. I will also, you know, take pictures here, or I also take them in my utility room. And I literally just use a piece of wallpaper that looks nice for my backdrop, because obviously if I'm taking pictures on the black background, it just doesn't look quite as good. It's a really reflective surface, as you can really see right here. And it just wasn't making my photos look nice at all. So this is what I've got now. I've got some lights up there that just stick onto the sideboard. The sideboard? That's not what it's called. It's a cupboard. Yeah, stick onto the cupboard. And that gives me some light to work with. You know, my tripod. Not a very good tripod, but it's better than nothing. I've got the subject that I'm filming, which will be looking a little bit nicer than that in a minute. So I've just done my chia seed pudding and now I'm starting the pasta, as you can see behind me. Because there is quite a lot of like prep work to this recipe, well, I say quite a lot, there's really not at all, but because TikTok has to be so fast paced and stuff, I have to leave all of that stuff out and just sort of, you know, not film any of like the cutting and things like that. So I'm going to film that for the YouTube. And then at the end of that, I will then put in the TikTok. So if you want the proper recipe for this, just search, I think it's just tuna pasta salad. I'm going to be sticking in some beans and things like that, but you'll see in a minute. What's your favourite kind of onion, guys? Do you like spring onions, white onions, brown onions, red onions. I know it probably depends more on what you're making, I suppose, but it's very rare I actually use white onions for anything. A lot of the time I would prefer to use red onions for anything that means sort of like cooking and, you know, things that are added specifically for flavour. But if it's any sort of like salad or anything where I'm having it raw, then it's always got to be spring onions. What I do when I'm making TikToks is I just stick them all in these little, I think they're called pinch pots, smaller than a ramekin. And then it's easy to just, you know, dump it in, and that's that step of the recipe now. And then my beans for this recipe, I needed some kidney beans the other day for, I can't even remember what recipe I was doing now, but anyway, I needed some kidney beans. And all I had was this Mexican bean mix. So I literally just picked all the kidney beans out of it, and this is what I've got left, so I'm just going to use this just to use it up and not waste it. But there's no need me putting that into a pinch pot or anything like that. I can just tip that in as it is. So then all I've got to do now is get my tuna, which I'm going to have to do over the sink so that I don't get it everywhere. But I can get it started off over here. Okay, so there's my tuna. I'm into it finally. All I've got to wait for now is my pasta. Now that I've finished my tuna pasta salad recipe, I'm going to eat it for my lunch. It's now about 1ish, maybe half 1ish. I had quite a late breakfast this morning, as you saw, so like I'm not that hungry yet. I've just got a little bowl. And I'm going to have that whilst I watch some YouTube videos and then back to work. So I finished lunch. I'm absolutely shattered now that I've eaten that. I only got about an hour and a half of sleep last night, and I've really hit a wall in terms of energy. So I'm going to finish the YouTube video that I've been watching whilst I was having my lunch, which is really interesting. It's about these two couples that are racing each other to get around the whole world and back to their starting place within 100 hours. So that's been really cool. So when I finish watching that, make myself a nice big cup of tea, and hopefully that gives me the energy to do a bit more work after. When you're so sleepy, you have to leave the tea bag in. So my third and final recipe of the day is going to be broccoli cheese, which is basically like a take on macaroni cheese, but instead of macaroni, it's broccoli. And that's going to be my dinner for tonight, but it's about 3 o'clock now. If I wait any longer to cook it, I'm not going to have enough light to be able to do the TikTok and make it look good and everything like that. So I'm going to make it now for the TikTok and then just reheat it later, because there's no way I'm eating it now. I mean, I've finished my lunch like an hour and a half ago and I'm definitely not hungry yet. But let's get that done. I won't be able to film any extra bits for this one because I've got to kind of like have the camera in lots of different places, so it's going to take me a while to do this one, I think, unfortunately, but providing it's successful, here is the broccoli cheese TikTok for you. I've finished the broccoli cheese now. Finished it a while ago. I've just left it on the side, cooling down. I'll reheat it later when I'm hungry for it, but I ended up having a late breakfast and a late lunch, so I'm going to be having a late dinner as well. I've just come to get these for my next task, or my last task in fact, and that would be writing up a recipe, which is probably one of the least favourite things actually, just because it's not that simple. What I'll do when I'm making a recipe is, like when I'm, you know, actually physically doing it, I'll be jotting down all the different like ingredients and things I've done, and that's what these are on my fridge, just those notes basically. So that's what I use to write my recipes, and I will explain more when I've got the camera sat down. Okay, so this is where we're at. My blog is all done on a, I don't know if you'd really call it a website or not. It's a company called WordPress, and they basically make it easier to make blogs. So the first thing I have to do is, you know, add a new post and put in the title and things like that. And this recipe that I've got to write up today is a sausage, apple, what else has it got in it? Onion, spinach, tray bake thing. So it's basically just a load of ingredients chopped into a big roasting tray and then baked for however long it needs. And this went down so well with my son especially. It didn't even make it to the plates, this recipe. We literally just stood in the kitchen picking bits off of the roasting tray and it never even made it to the plate or to the table for that matter. So it's a recipe that I'm looking forward to putting out, and I don't know exactly when it's going to be. I've got it written in my diary somewhere. It's going to be quite a while away, so it may well be that this video is going to be up before the recipe is out, so you'll be getting a little sneak peek. But I've just got to get on with it and start typing, so I'm going to put you on speed whilst I get this done, my last task of the day. It's about 7 PM now, and I've just warmed up my broccoli and cheese for dinner. I'm just going to have a quiet evening watching EastEnders now. I finished all my blog work for the day. Obviously, like, no 2 days are really the same. Sometimes I'm more focused on like photography, and the whole video thing is like still completely new to me. I've only been doing it for literally like a week. Some days it's all about, you know, writing up the blog posts. Some days I'm, you know, making and testing out the recipes. A lot of the time, mostly it is, you know, doing the recipes, because that's the bit that takes the most time. But yeah, so if you want more videos like this, I can do more like this, or like what I eat in a day type stuff, or, you know, more just in-depth videos of the actual recipes themselves. You know, whatever it is, let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a like and subscribe to my channel to see what comes next. And thank you for watching.